Mods are here once again for Farming Simulator 25, a little bit early today. We got 23 mods to take a look at. All platforms got 20 new, and PC Mac players got 3 new. We're going to look at some customization options, features, and explain what this is on screen right now. Check those timestamps to see what you want to see first. Otherwise, let's jump right in. Starting off today, new ones for all platforms. We have the John Deere 445 and Utilitas. It's actually supposed to be utilities, but, spelling. In here, we've got 8 pieces of equipment. We have 1 tractor, or the small mower. We also have the mowing deck down here, 1.8 meter working width. It does have a 3-point on the back, so we do have a couple attachments, including a weight. You have a pallet fork, snow blade, and shovel for the front. And then we go back to the back again with a little plow, 0.8 meters, and a bagger, which holds between 350 and 4,500 liters. Mainly going to be grass. However, if you've got a loading wagon, that's basically what this is. Looking at a few customization options for these guys. The tractor itself's got 23 horsepower with a variable transmission, 24 liters of fuel. It goes 12 miles per hour. Configurations, we only have 3 things on here. So we've got the front weight, which is a 60 kg weight or nothing. Wheel setups, we have a standard, tire with claw, wide tires number 2, oh yeah, and back to original tire. We also have attachers for the back of a standard and a 3-point. So we also have the lawn care bagger holder as well. So depending on what you're doing, you may need one of those. As far as the weight goes, we just have some colors for this one. As far as the pallet fork, again, colors for that one as well. Also, because it's 3-point, we should be able to use this with anything, I think. Snowblade, this is going to go on the front of the tractor. Again, colors, this is a 1.8 meter working with. It says at 3 miles an hour, but usually levelers and blades don't have a working speed. We'll have to look at that. And then we have that front loader, which is very cool. I love seeing a front loader, especially a custom one, something like this. Plow, this would be perfect for making your own little garden or something like that. This is the perfect tractor for that. Everybody wants small stuff, so here you go. The bagger's got a standard, or they call it a dummy capacity. Feel called out there a little bit. We've got the unrealistic capacity of 4,500 liters, although 4,500 liters to me would even be too small for that. And lastly, the mowing deck, again, as I mentioned, 1.8 meters, 31 mile per hour max speed. Does our tractor even go 31? No, it goes 12, so I'm not quite sure how that's going to work. I will tell you, when you buy this stuff, it is going to be very, very spread out. So just be aware. This stuff, you're going to have to turn it around for a little bit. Whee! It's a very cool little tractor. Drives very nicely, I may add. I'm on PC using an Xbox controller. No issues to report. Very snappy with it. We've got our hook here. Let's go ahead and grab it. And the bagger, well, I would say looks like it hooks up. Let's see if we can make that happen. I think there was another mower at one point that was having some issues getting the side to attach, but I have gone through all of the options and nothing, not a single thing, tells me how to make these attach. So, and we won't worry about it then, because I can't figure it out. I also find it interesting that conveniently, all of the screenshots have the mower with the bagger showing the other side. So I have no idea if this is actually supposed to hook up or not. I'm going crazy. Nonetheless, as far as the blade goes for the front, it said this had a 3 mile per hour max speed. I think we debunked that. And a very cool setup here for a front loader. Check that out. Oh, I love that. That's awesome. My Kubota would look super weird with this on the front of it in real life, but I dig it, man. What's the capacity on that thing? I gotta know. 350 liters. All right. Not too shabby. So I've just reached out to Mr. Sidley P, and he said to change the working mode to collect the grass. And that is all fine, well, and good. The only issue is I don't have that option. So for whatever reason, on mine, maybe a mod conflict or whatever, but you wouldn't expect to have a mod conflict with something as simple as this. Nonetheless, I've tried, and it ain't there for me. Next up, we have the Fiat X70 Series. This is from the SMI modding team. We got 2 models in here. We have a 2-wheel drive and a 4-wheel drive. Specs are identical for these, so if you choose one, don't be going to look for some stuff. However, customization options are a little bit different. For example, on the 2-wheel drive, we have configuration, engine, wheels, design, cabin, and attachers. However, on the 4-wheel drive, we have configuration, engine, wheel brand, wheel setup, design, cabin layout, and attachers. So a little bit more going on there. As far as our configurations go, we've got a front weight setup. Very nice. Big weights on there too, so that is nice to see. As for our engine setups, we can go all the way up to 100 horsepower. Definitely doing that. A couple different wheel brands to choose from. And we even have some different wheel setups. So that is nice to see as well. I think this looks great with narrow tires. Designs, we have the long pipe on there. We can also go with the OG short pipe. You even have an open 45-degree angle. Very cool there. Cabin layout, we've got the arch protection, which I'm not quite sure what arch they're talking about, but it's just a little bar in the front. You've also got the canopy on there. Full cabin. Very nice to see that. No door, though. Oh, that's awesome. I love the way that looks. That's so cool. And then the attachers. We have the original attacher setup, and then we have the modern attacher setup. Of course, we have a main color here as well. Being able to change it up to that Fiat Agri red. I do really enjoy that. I think I'm really going to like that. Oh, yeah, that's cool. Up next, we have another Fendt 500. This is the Vario Gen 3. Not to be confused with the Vario series or anything else like that. We have a bunch of Fendt tractors now. Goodness gracious. Hope you like green. We got engines all the way from 131 up to 171 horsepower with kilometer ratings of 50 and 40. Different wheel brand options: Trelleborg, Michelin, Continental, Midas, BKT, Redestone, and Nokian. And we've got all the ones that you would want and expect in there, which is very cool. Oh, we have a medium set. That's nice to see. And narrows, of course. Got to have the narrows on the 500. As far as your design line, you can do only the exhaust grid, which is very cool to see that. And then you can go full design line. Front parts, you've got the spring holder down there at the very bottom. Hood protection, which is my favorite, or nada. Warning signs, you can throw those on the side where they fold out. We also have with the LED marker on there, or just nothing in general. You also have a Quickie and Hauer, as well as the Fendt Cargo and Fendt Cargo Profile. So we have both of those for the front loaders. We got those a couple weeks ago. And then we have all the colors of the rainbow, including the Fendt Blue, which looks really awkward. Where's my petrol blue? They don't exist anymore. I'm going to have to create that as a custom color. You know what? Custom colors away. Toothpaste, baby! You also have the design color and rims. The next two mods are drivables. However, they are unconventional. We'll put it that way. This is the Farmyard Trailer Dolly. This is something you walk around with. It's got a trailer hitch on here, and you're able to move around different trailers around your farm. Now, I will say this. I thought we already had this, but I guess not. I know we've had it in previous Farm Sim games. There is no customization option, so no colors, nothing like that. And it goes 3 miles an hour. Let's check out how it works. Now, one nice thing, we can tab to this, so that's cool. Drives how I would expect. It does have turning wheels, so that's kind of neat. I'm not quite sure how that's working, but it does work. So let's see what it works with then. So I've got a regular trailer here. Nope, it doesn't work with that. This has the same hitch, so hopefully this works. No, that does not work. I can't imagine this would work, but we'll give it a try and see. Anyway, haha, it does work. However, I'm not on the ground, so it doesn't work. So if it doesn't work with those, what in the world does it work with? Car trailers. Works with car trailers. As a matter of fact, on the mod description itself, it says it works with car trailer, semi-trailer car, and trailer low. So there you go. I wish that it wasn't that confusing, but yeah, it's not going to work with everything. Our next one is very interesting. This is the hand baling tools. Now, this is a baby baler at the end of the day. Makes little itty bitty baby bales, but it does it in such a really interesting way. As far as the stuff that's in here, we have the baler itself, and we also have the windrowing pitchfork. Now, the windrowing pitchfork is just that. It is a windrow. However, everything comes with, and my game is crashing again. This This used to never happen. And we're back. Nothing to do with the mod, all to do with the game, unfortunately. So we have two things here, a normal speed and a fast animation speed. We'll just stick with the normal for now. I know that's not me, but it is what it is. We do have different colors for the wood, but we'll leave that standard. And we have a rim color. Let's get ourselves one of these to check it out. So when we get it, we can tab to it, and it's just us kind of walking around with this. Now, when we turn it on, it opens up, and we get this pitchfork down here. Now, the baling is centered around the pitchfork, so do be aware of that. Otherwise, it is just a baler. So let's see what kind of trouble we could get ourselves into here. So we'll make sure that we've got our pitchfork centered here. Not bad. Nice animation. It's in here running with it. About 40% done. Picking up straw. Nice, nice. Let's see how we get to the end. So here's our 90%. It stops, goes to the back, squeezes, opens, and puts the baby bale out. How freaking cool is that? That's awesome. There is no helper with this, so you have to do this on your own. As you would expect, I think. But how cool of an animation was that? Here we go, check it out again. It stops itself. Dude goes to the back, presses the bale, goes back to the front, gets the bale out, and then we're ready to go again. That's so cool. Now, there is also just the windrowing pitchfork, which is available to purchase. Again, this is a windrow. It's a 1 meter windrow, and I could have swore that I put it around here somewhere. Where is it? Found it. You could tab to it. It is a vehicle. It is not a hand tool. Yeah, it's not a hand tool. So we'll take it. We'll turn it on. And it is pushing everything off to the side. How far can we get over? Okay, so where the animation goes is about it. Look at that. Again, very, very cool. We cannot hire a worker with this or anything, so don't worry about that. They do say that it's kind of got like a wheel on it, so it's, a drivable vehicle. Does it work backwards? Probably not. Yes, it does. It works backwards as well. Well, how do you like that? All right, let's move on. We've got a new one from the SMI Mining team, the Lizard Grapeharvester 8050. We actually have the PC version of this today as well, a little bit later on. That's the Volentieri. However, this one is just branded for console players. Doesn't look like we're getting the grape harvesting pack from them. It looks like everything's coming as separate individual mods. So, you may like that, you may not, just is what it is. Either way, this would do grapes, 2,500 liter capacity, 4 mile per hour max speed, and it is trailed. Next up, we got a small pack. This is the Kverneland DF2. So this is the front tank for it. This will hold 2,500 liters of seed. We do have a color option for it, which is nice to see. And then for the back, we've got this guy, even though it has a power harrow on there. Doesn't look like this is a direct drill, so you will have to make sure you're on cultivated or prepared soil for that. 260 horsepower is required for the back, 6 meter Warriga width, and 9 miles per hour. Very, very nice. And of course, we could change up the colors. These are kind of nice. They're from Hispano-modding. I think they're conversions, but I don't actually remember these mods specifically, so it may have been a while since we've seen them. Nonetheless, hey, they are here. Here's another mod from Hispano-modding, the Krone front windrower. Now this goes on the front of your tractor and will windrow stuff up together between 10.3 meters and 20 meters. If you are used to his balers, the windrow baler pack, well, this is basically that, but just goes on the front of your tractor. I remember when these came out for Farming Simulator 22 and I lost my mind. We do have a working light on there, and then we have color options as well. However, Krone stays on there, so heads up with that. This is not the Lizard set anymore. This is officially Krone. You have to get your mind out of the gutter for the next one. The Fliegl ASS 298. It is back. 48,000 liter capacity. A couple different wheel brands. Trelleborg, Michelin, and Lizard. And that is it. Very cool. It's very nice to see this back as well. Semi-trailer attachment, pushing setup, so no tipping. Nice trailer. Dig this thing. Big day for the SMI modding team as they've got another one, the Feltrina Flatbed Series. This is a full pack, 6 mods in total. They are all trailed, so no semi-trailer, using a tractor for these, and some of them even have auto load, like this one, for example. Configuration manual or auto load, holds between 125 and 180 and 180 and 240 centimeter bales. So all the square ones and all the round ones, no baby bales, just your standard sets. 24 of them, as a matter of fact. And we also have same thing over here as well. So very nice to see that too. Very cool, very cool. So no auto loading on all of them. This one, for example, is really only going to be used for logging, whereas this one could be used for bales or vehicles to put on the back. And this one is really just going to be used for putting vehicles on there. But we do have the ramp. We also have a center ramp as well. So if you got something a little bit smaller, full-size ramp on the back. Check that out. As far as everything else go, you got chassis color and rim color for these, but that is it. Next on our list, we got the Lizard RCW5. This solid fertilizer and lime spreader will hold 5,000 liters. 18 meter working width at 9 miles per hour. So not a quick boy, but an efficient boy nonetheless. We do have some main color options and rims as well. If you're going to be using the realistic livestock mod that we're going to talk about a little bit later in the video, you may want to use this, but all platforms can use it, is the Animal Transport Trailer Pack. What they've done is they have added chickens and horses to the trailers in here. It's from Mac Trucker 921, so you know it is awesome. As far as our capacities, we have capacities. So they're a little bit different, but 6 cows, 13 pigs, 13 sheep, and 6 horses. As far as the second one go, the Wilson Pacesetter here, we've Silver Star, sorry, not the Wilson Pacesetter. 36 cows, 50 pigs, 50 sheep, and 12 horses. It's also showing with this one, I believe, as 86 chickens, and I believe this one will hold 416 chickens. So there you go. As far as options, we have plenty of color options for both of them. Although I will say, kind of dig this white and gray look. Looks good, although it's going to be brown after those animals get out. Couple front loader tools. The Lizard front loader tools. As that, we have a bucket, 750 liters with a color option, and a bell spike with a couple different tine options. So either 2 there or 2 on the sides. They've got the extra holes right there in the middle, but they're not using them. Come on, give us some more options. Anyway, nonetheless, we have main color and tine options for these as well. If you're into running silage in a silo, well, you're going to need the Fliegl Duo. This will help distribute everything around for you. You do have safety bars which could be put up. It's got a 3 meter working with at 3 miles per hour, but generally stuff like this, you can just kind of cruise along. If you're like me and you do a very bad job of keeping everything level in there, this distributor will do wonders for you. I just realized my tractor's still out there mowing wheat. All right, keep going, bud. Let's talk about placeables next. And our first one is this Shouse, the American Midwest Shouse from ICAS. I know a lot of you guys have been looking forward to this, and it is here. Man, check out that floor. That's what I'm talking about right there. So in here we have quite a few goodies to talk about. Gonna turn my help window on just so I remember everything. We're gonna start over here in the house section. In here we got a nice little table, little kitchen kind of set up here, fake fireplace, but I won't tell if you don't, and a TV. Unfortunately, it is not showing Farm Sim News right now. Hey, we'll get to that. In here in the bathroom, we have a toilet, we've got a sink, and a bathtub, and a shower. So a little bit of everything. And we also have a door that goes into the bedroom, where in here you can go to sleep. But don't worry, it's also a door that leads out into the living room. And in a nutshell, that is your house. We do have a couple opening doors, so we've got a sliding glass there and a sliding glass here. We also have lights on. There you go. Into this now. Through here, we can actually come here, and you can see it says change colorway. Now, look at the screen here. Look at that. Look at that. You can actually change it. So I have the color set to red right now. So if we go outside and look, it should be white around the bottom and red at the top. And it is. But if we go back in here and we select it again, now it's white on the sides with red on the bottom and top. And there it is. It ain't a magic trick. It's a Shouse, baby. Nobody quote me on that. Let's change that back. And then we could go through here into the shed portion of the Shouse. Now, of course, we have quite a few different things around here. We have one that says hide flags. We got flags there. You've got that. So you can hide the case stuff. We also have one here that says change flag. If we click that, we go back and forth between case and John Deere. So if you don't like the case, go over here, click it again. Oh, John Deere. Magic, baby. This is another one up here. We can hide this flag, or we can change this flag. So between USA, Canada. So you can pick one of those. We also have a workshop inside here. So that is going to be for the whole interior. One of these doors is drive through, and two of them are drive in. These are not auto load stacks. However, you can stack up stuff there if you would like. This is such a cool shed, such an awesome place. I dig it. Super happy that it is here. I'm trying to remember, where is the light switch for this place? Ah, right there. There it is. Oof. Always bright in here with one of Ica's mods. But there you go. That is the Shouse. Next is our pig barn. Big. And I mean, it's fairly big. I'll give it that. 490 animals in this configuration. However, you can put down meadow grass and you can extend the fence out. So that is very doable. 35,000 liters of food, 128,000 slurry, 20,000 water, and 25,000 straw. So this is one of those that you will have to give them water if you want to, well, I would say keep them alive, but keep them producing anyway. Here you go. Here's where you can buy your little baby piggies. If we take a look at the back, there is nothing back there. Or maybe this is the back. Not really sure. Nonetheless, there you go. Let's take a look at it real quick. I don't think there's any options. Nah, no options for colors or anything like that. Next on the list, the weighing station PGR. $20,000 for this one. We do have an interior, so that is nice. Turn on our help window. Boom, and we can turn on the light outside so we can see just a little bit. Two doors to open, so we've got first door there and the second door here. Ooh, get stuck. Get out of there. A little tight. And actually, your weight is on the TV, which looks like it says cows at the top. I think it says COV 5. It says cows to me. Hey, let's test it out and see how we do. Let's take the truck that we got a couple days ago. Love this truck, by the way. Super excited to have this one back. Let's bring around here. We'll put it up here. I have no idea how much this is supposed to weigh, but it says it weighs 9240. Sir, I think you need to lose some weight. Oh, well, levitating seems to be your thing. Never mind. Go about your day, sir. This next one's a neat idea. The log piling area with invisible wall. The mod's placeable object developed players who wish to play in the style of stacking logs in the forest, roads, and sawmills. This is so cool. So, the invisible walls collide only with the logs and not with vehicles or cranes. So, we're able to walk in and out and do all of our stuff. We have 3 of them to look at. So, they do say that metal and log supports have their own collision, but thin poles do not. So, as you can see, these guys right here, no collision. Over here, collision. This version, though we can walk through it and everything, they are basically just a guideline, more or less. So the invisible collision is still there for the logs, but you aren't. Does that make sense? Maybe if we take a look at the collisions, this will make a little bit more sense. So, as we come through here and take a look, you can see there is a collision there. However, the collision isn't for me. So you're able to stack logs one way or the other, I suppose, and you can put them down. So this gives you more of a better idea of where they are. So these are going to be found in tools up at the top. Unfortunately, before we put these down, we're not able to take a look, but we can change up the different lengths and the different widths. So you can either do between 5 and 6 meter logs for the width and 10 meters, 15 and 20 for the length, or you could do the same 10, 15, 20 for the length, however for the width, an 8 or 9 meter section. So if we were to take one of these and place it down, boop, just like so, we can see where our collisions lie. Now, I'm not much for logging, so I really don't mess with stuff like this, and evidently I'm a yellow potato anyways. nonetheless. There you go. Super helpful, super useful for those of you that want to stack up stuff in the woods. Oh, and there may not be collisions. However, they are still extremely easy to delete. So, all good. Even the one with no collisions, super easy to delete. Next to last, we got some lines. The ground line decals. These are from the same modder who made the previous mod, and actually the next one is by them as well. So these can be found down here and in decorations at the very end. Now this includes our line right here, of course. We could do a 1 meter, 2 meter, and 3 meter, or 4. And then we could do the old aged lines in the 1, 2, 3, and 4. If we take a look, there's that. Accidentally placed that down. We take a look at our orange one here. We're going to see the exact same thing. Having a hard time having those pop up there, but it is working. And then if we back out, boom, 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 go into here, the yellow one is the same. So this is going to be something really nice for people who want to make a parking lot or something like that. You can actually make a full parking spot with these, or even use the orange and yellow in combination with the white. And if I come over here, put lines down on the road or make passing zones or something like that. They are going to be perfect for that. Absolutely perfect. Now I'm going to go into the delete section, and they delete perfectly fine. Super easy, man. Yeah. That's so cool. Oh, and I forgot to mention as well, these can also be drawn out like fences, which is very nice. We've got multiple different setups for these as well. So if you're curious and wanting to have something like that, you can see this one is the road markings that I was talking about. This one is the used section, and this one is, I guess, also a used section. I'm really not sure what the difference is between 4 and 5. And then this is a dotted line. So, doable in there too. And lastly, we have the Curbstone fence pack. Now, this one may not look like a whole lot. However, it is very, very neat. So let's pop in and take a look and see what we've got. In here, we have the fences. And what we're able to do is put down different curbstones. So we have multiple different sections here. You can see one was a squared off end. This one's more of a rounded off end. This one's an oval, bigger arches on there as well. And then we have kind of like a dropped end there with a sticker. So that is one set, but we have multiple sets. What is this? Double rod mat fence pack? Oh, yeah, I remember that. That's a different mod. Don't worry about that. The other one is the low curbstones. We're able to change these. Same thing. We do have a couple different angled bits, newer or different from what we had. And then we also have some drain setups here as well. So multiple different sets. I just kind of linked all the pieces together. I'm not sure if that was the best idea or not, but I did it nonetheless. So you can see the different angles through there, the whoosh, and over here we've got our drains. There's also this little itty bitty bit right here, which is also in there. So that's kind of nice. This is a cool pack. Dude, this modder killed it today. GG, man. Checking out some new ones for PC and Mac players. We have the Volentieri Pellenc 850. This is basically that lizard Grapeharvester that we got, but the branded version. 2,500 liter capacity, 4 mile per hour max speed. Other than the logos, it looks to be the same as the crossplay version. Next up for PC and Mac players, we have Realistic Livestock. This is a complete overhaul to the animal system. It features male animals. They have a higher value required for reproduction. However, there are no male models in the game. As far as visual animals go, the limit of visual animals per husbandry has been increased from 25 in the base game up to 200 at the maximum, which can be changed with a slider. That's very nice. Individual animals. All animals are now 100% individual, and the archaic cluster system has been scrapped, allowing for more variety in gameplay and animals. Every animal has its own unique identifier based on the UK's cattle identification system. Every animal also has a birthday and a country of origin. Every animal can be named. Supported animals have ear tags on their left and right ears detailing their country of origin, farm ID, animal ID, name, and birthday, so as a partial identifier on their behind. On their behind. All right, supported animals also have nose rings. Also included with this pack, we have the enhanced pregnancy system, genetic system, weigh system, enhanced UI system, enhanced production, removal and aging, enhanced animal dealer, and more. So if you're interested, definitely check it out. And lastly for PC, and lastly today, MultiFruit AI Tedder. This mod allows all fruits in the field types name category Windrow to be tethered by the AI. And there it is. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, drop a like, get subscribed if you're new, and join the DjGoHam fam. Double check those notifications. That way you never miss videos like this one. Appreciate you watching. Hope you have an awesome day. We'll catch you in the next one.